because every single thing in it is mid!
You know, I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of feel like Ninjago's been going downhill in recent years. Legacy got cancelled for brand new Evo sets that all suck. The crystallized season wasn't very good. The crystallized sets, some of them were good, but a lot of them were overpriced. And to be honest, I really didn't have any anticipation for this brand new wave. I think it's kind of clear based off how my channel's been for the past few years now, kind of where my thoughts have been on recent years of Ninjago. But I will say, now that these sets have been revealed, that LEGO is finally realizing this too. Villain sets, back on the menu. Coal sets, they were never on the menu. New characters, you wanted them, you got them. The old box style, you wanted the old box style? It's back. And honestly, there's some pretty decent sets in this wave as well. So, today we're gonna do what we always do. What is up, guys? Hfmasters here, and today we are finally back to rank the Ninjago Dragons Rising sets. So real quick, I do just want to give a quick shout out to the Ninjago City Markets. I'm not going to be including this set in the whole ranking here. Obviously, it's a little bit above the rest of the sets. It's not really on the same scale. I don't think it's really fair. But yeah, I will be buying this set pretty much immediately, day one. I love this set, love the way it combines with the gardens. I think it looks really good, but I don't think it's fair to consider it with the rest of the sets here. So you remember how earlier I said there's some pretty good sets in this wave? Yeah, this is not one of them. This set is awful. This is a bottom 3 set all time for me, swear to God. Like, it's the Oni Titan, it's the Salvage Mech, it's the Garmatron, it's this set. This thing sucks. The only people I've seen who actually like this set are Bionicle fans who liked Kitangu, and they just like this set because it kind of reminds them of Kitangu. And as a Bionicle fan who likes Kitangu, I can't relate to you, bro. I don't understand you. Like, I get the idea that it's sort of like Kitangu, but no, this thing is not it. Dude's wearing a poncho, dude's got sandals on. I don't know what's going on here. I don't like it. The one thing I'll give you guys, I do like the combination feature. The mechs kind of go together to form a bigger, slightly less awkward mech. I like the idea of that. I think that's kind of cool. Honestly, the Arin mech by itself isn't that bad, but this Lloyd mech is terrible. It's an $80 set. It's got no exclusive minifigures. The set would have been better if it was just 6 Arin mechs, one for each ninja, giant ninja mech battle pack, whatever. Give me that instead. Buy another set. I don't really have a whole lot to say about these brand new spinner sets. They're just spinner sets. The price has gone up a little bit. They're now $10.99 instead of $9.99 because of course they are. The minifigures are exclusive in all of them, but they're not that different from the regular minifigures. They all have transparent arms, which is kind of cool. They all have hood printing, which I think looks really good. And then, you know, the torso is an exclusive print. But other than that, they're all the same. They all come with the Energy Core collectible. I don't really know what the deal is with the energy cores, so I'm not gonna really go that deep into them. But yeah, these function actually very similar to the original spinners. You literally just spin them like a top, and you know, that's what they do. So they're cool for what they are. The one thing I will say here, and this has to go with all the sets, not just you know, these spinner sets, is the brand new hood molds are very weird. Like, it doesn't really matter, but they're very angular. They're very different from the, you know, what we're typically used to. So I'm very curious to see what people think about those, because, you know, they're definitely different from what we're used to getting. So yeah, moving on. Sora's transforming mech bike racer is actually a very cool set in my opinion. The one issue I have with this set has nothing to do with the actual design of it. The design of it I think is pretty great, honestly. I really like the way the mech looks. I like the transformation feature. I think the whole thing works smoothly. I like the color choices. And I even like what I think is the boldest decision of this set, which is the minifigures. It comes with Arin, it comes with Sora, and it comes with the bad guy. None of the original ninja are in here, not even Nia or Lloyd. It's all new characters, which I think is a very bold decision by LEGO. But my issue with this set is the price. $47.99, which that alone is a very weird price point, but look, this to me is a $40 set. I don't think it's egregiously overpriced, but I do think it's a little bit overpriced, which does hold it down because most of the sets in this wave aren't that bad overpriced. There are a couple more that we'll get into a second, but yeah, I do like this set overall though. I just think the price is not great. This new Destiny's Bounty is very hard for me to get excited about. It honestly reminds me more of a Monkey Kid set than a Ninjago Kid set, which is not a bad thing because I do like Monkey Kid, and actually being honest, I think Monkey Kid has been better than Ninjago in recent years. But yeah, you know, there's just nothing exciting about this one, right? We got the Destiny's Bounty for Legacy a few years ago. This set feels extremely similar to that one, but this set is hilariously overpriced. They have almost identical piece counts. This set has 1,739 pieces, and the Legacy Destiny's Bounty actually had more pieces at 1,781, and yet this set is $30 more, which is crazy. Like, this is, to me, this is the most overpriced set of the wave. And I mean, I don't know, I can't get behind this price point. That's really what holds the set down once again. The price on this set is really bad, but this just isn't an exciting set either. It's very similar to the last one. Colors are a little bit different. The one thing I will give this set that I think is very creative and different from every other Destiny's Bounty is that for the dragon head, it's actually just a literal dragon. And it does compromise a little bit, you know, the head on the front of the ship, when the dragon is inside the ship, looks very small, kind of awkward, but the idea that there's an actual dragon be housed inside of there I think is very cool. That's something unique to this one that the other Destiny's Bounty don't have, but like, if you have the Legacy Destiny's Bounty, I don't think you really need this one. You can get it if you want, obviously, but you know, I don't think this one's bringing that much new to the table. One other thing about this set, this is the only set of the wave, well, it's one of the 2 sets in this wave with exclusive minifigure, that being Sensei Wu, but other than that, 5 minifigures, $160, extremely overpriced. I don't really think it meets that price point, but once again, it's not a bad set, just not really worth the money you're paying for it. This set to me is one of the most controversial sets of the wave. I've seen a lot of mixed opinions on this one. My brother personally, this is his favorite set of the wave. For me, I don't really love this one that much, so this goes in the middle of the list for us. I think it's an interesting set. It's got the giant tree thing connected to the temple, but you know, it really depends who you ask. Like, some people think the set looks very generic, other people think it looks really cool. I don't think that there's that much to it, you know, in terms of differentiating it from another temple set. The whole tree build is like the main factor, but I don't think it brings that much to the table. They don't do that much to it. It's just all aesthetic things. The temple doesn't have that much inside of it. There's a bell, there's a couple things that can, like, you can knock them around, but other than that, it's just a temple set. Minifigures, like I said, this is one of the few sets in the wave with an exclusive minifigure being the spirit of the temple, which is a interesting name. We'll see if that has anything story-wise. But yeah, not much to say about this one. Don't think it's overpriced or anything. It's just a fine set. In terms of just the builds, this is my favorite set of the wave. The Elemental Dragon vs. the Empress Mech is a very, very good set. The actual Lightning Dragon build, I think, is one of the best dragon designs we've ever had in Ninjago. It's certainly one of the best we've had in recent years. I like pretty much everything about it. It reminds me a lot of the Legacy Fire Dragon, especially in the legs. You can actually see that they aimed for big stability on those ankles with the double jointing in the back, very reminiscent of some of the older Bionicle Titan sets. They went very hardcore on getting stability in there, but I think it looks really good. It can go on all 4 legs if you want. It can go up on its hind legs. The color scheme looks really good. This wave, just in general, aims for a lot of darker colors, so dark blue is the more prominent color on that Lloyd mech that we talked about earlier. That one aims for dark green, and generally speaking, I do actually like the darker colors. It's a little different, but I think it looks good. The Empress mech, I like that as well. It has a very steampunk aesthetic to it, which I think looks pretty cool. And since this is the first villains type of build we're talking about, it does actually remind me a lot of Cole sets, which is kind of interesting. That also does, in my mind, it kind of justifies why there's no Cole stuff in this way. There's barely anything Cole related at all, but it does make sense. But yeah, this set I think is very good in terms of the builds. I have no issues with the designs, but once again, my problem with this set is the price, $130. Come on, man. Like, I could maybe see 110, 100 would be great, but 130 is just too much. Next up, we get an actual villain set. Finally, I feel like it's been years since we've had a full-blown villain set. This set, it's very simple. It's a $20 wolf. I like it a lot. I think it looks really good. Actually, my favorite thing about it is the head. The head is brick built. It's actually not molded, which, personally speaking, you know, all the dragon sets these days use molded heads, so seeing a brick build head is pretty nice. It makes it feel a lot more unique because a lot of the dragons, they reuse the molded heads, and you know, you see the same dragon with the same head over and over again. They start to feel kind of similar. So this is a little break from that, and I think this looks really good for what it is. Only $20, very simple set, very solid set, like colors, no complaints about it. I like this set a lot. Zane's Dragon Power Spinjitzu Race Car is a very cool set actually. It reminds me a lot of the Ninja Tuner car, but just better. I really like the design of this set. It's pretty unique. It's got a lot of cool things going with. I really like the use of those new kind of electrical pieces up front, even though in this case, no, they're supposed to be more of an aesthetic, but I think those look really nice. The one thing about this set which is pretty interesting, it's actually got a function. At the back you can press the spoiler down, the wheels will lift up, and then it actually just turns into basically a giant spinner. Those two ball pieces in the middle, same pieces used on the spinners, those become your two focal points of attraction, and it literally just spins around everywhere. It's an interesting function, it's kind of cool, but generally speaking, I just really like the look of this set. $35 I think is a fair price for it. No complaints about this one, I like it a lot. And rounding out our list is the Heatwave Transforming Lava Dragon. This set I think is very, very cool. It's not crazy in terms of its design. The big kind of function with it is that you literally just turn it upside down, you rotate the legs, and then the neck is on the bottom. It's very, very simple. Nothing like spectacular about it. There's no crazy function, but it's a very effective thing because it's so simple. You don't have to change anything about it, but it changes the entire look of the dragon. So I think that's a very cool thing to have. The dark red color scheme, like I said, they're leaning into darker colors into this wave. I think the dark red looks really nice. The coral, I'm not a huge fan of the orange as a secondary color. Ever since the Evo wave, they've started using orange as Kai's secondary color. I don't think that works as well as the yellow did. It's not enough of a contrast to me personally, but that is pretty nitpicky because there's a lot of people that aren't going to care about that. As far as the minifigures go, this set does actually have an exclusive minifigure. I know I said earlier there's only 2 sets, but there's 3. So whoever's trying to cook me in the comments, I got you, bro. I got you. Wildfire exclusive minifigure to this set, also brand new character, so you know, we'll see what's up with that. Overall though, I like this set a lot, no big issues with it. The price, $54, well $54.99, a little bit more than I like it to be, but not bad by any means. Good set overall. And that's going to do it for my ranking here of the Dragons Rising sets. Overall, pretty solid wave. We'll see how many of these sets I buy initially, because to this day I've still only bought 1 set from the Winter Wave, being of course the GOATed set, best set of all time, Jay's Stormfighter Evo. That's not even what it's called, but that's what I'm calling it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.